Carbon. The properties of carbon. It is a dark, solid material with a shiny, reflective surface. An allotrope is an element that has two or more different physical properties. And carbon is allotropic because it also has the physical forms of graphite, which is the lead in pencils, and diamond, which is formed through the compression of carbon. Isotopes are atoms of the same element that contain different numbers of neutrons. Also, due to these atoms having a different number of neutrons, their atomic mass changes accordingly. An example of this is with nitrogen 13, 14, and 15. Nitrogen 13 is the lightest, as it has the least amount of neutrons, while nitrogen 15 is the heaviest, as it contains the most amount of neutrons. A radioactive substance contains unstable nuclei. An unstable nucleus becomes stable by emitting radiation. Unstable radioactive elements decay randomly and give off particles in the forms of alpha, beta, and gamma, with alpha particles being the least penetrating and gamma the most. A use of radioactive carbon is that of radioactive carbon dating. This is a method that is used to determine the age of an object containing organic material using carbon-14, which is a radioactive isotope of carbon. Congratulations, Clarissa and Charlie! Carbon isotopes. This is a carbon atom, as it has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. An atom is identified through the amount of protons it has. This isotope is carbon-12. It has 6 protons, neutrons, and electrons, which means it is an original carbon atom. If another neutral atom was to be added to carbon-12, would then become carbon-13. Carbon-13, another carbon isotope, has 6 protons and electrons, but 7 neutrons. If another neutral atom is added to carbon-13, it then creates a new isotope, carbon-14, which contains 6 protons and electrons, and 8 neutrons, carbon ions. An ion is an atom with an electric charge, due to the loss or gain of one or more electrons. If it was to gain 4 electrons, it would become carbon-4-, as it has gained extra negatively charged particles. If it was to lose 4 electrons, the carbon atom would become positively charged, because the atom now contains a greater amount of positively charged particles. Balanced chemical equations. A chemical reaction involving carbon is that of carbon dioxide, which is the reaction of one carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms. Another carbon-involved reaction is when methane and 2 oxygen molecules react to form carbon dioxide and 2 water molecules. A balanced chemical equation occurs when the number of the different atoms of elements in the reactant side is equal to that of the product side.